Have you met Chris Todd?
I haven't.
That's our state
Great to meet you.
representative right
Good to
there.
meet you,
Wonderful.
too.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great.
It's here we are now. Things have settled down just a little bit. Got out of session, back home, back into the regular routine. So how's it feel like? You feel like you're Chris again? I know it was a whirlwind. You just got elected. Bam, you're in session.
It has slowed down just a little, but there's still a lot of things going on, and trying to get back into work is it seems to be a challenge every day.
Oh boy, I tell you. Plus all this. How's the rain that we've had this year? Jeez.
Oh yes, yeah, for nearly a full year now. It just seems to keep delaying everything.
Yes. So Chris Todd has stopped by to see us. Chris and Big Steve just met for the first time. Tomorrow, Chris, listen to this now. You need to bring your wife up because she put in a lot of work for you.
No doubt.
Right? The campaign and your family. It's Super Mom Saturday tomorrow at the all-new Carlock Nissan in Jackson. Big Steve, let's run it down what all is going to be happening tomorrow.
We've got live music starting off at 11 o'clock with Brian Moffitt. Followed by that will be
Will Burton.
Mr. Will Burton.
Country music singer you've never heard of.
Last but not least is going to be
Jason Gray.
Yeah. And during the course of the day, starting at about 11 o'clock, we're going to have Bogey's Dream
Studio.
I just know him as Bogey. Yeah. We're going to have Bogeys there doing massages for the moms. We've got Madonna Flowers and Gifts providing bouquets for moms.
That's right, and the beautiful work they do, yes.
And then we got Chrissy Mann's Cave is going to be doing free manicures for moms.
Yep.
And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to do a drawing for everybody's, all the moms that get entered, and we're going to give away a $1,000 shopping spree to Marilyn Jackson's Gifts and More.
Wow. And the Blacksmith Restaurant is going to be catering, so everybody comes by going to eat free.
Fantastic.
Chris?
You can't pass that deal up.
Chris, come on, man. That's all happening tomorrow at the all-new Carlock Nissan in Jackson, 495 Van Drive. And Big Steve, I got to tell you this as well. We need to let people know is before you head out on vacation, come by and make sure your car's serviced, make sure your tires are in good shape. You know, your family, the reason they say it's where the rubber meets the road is that's what you've got to have. You've got to have for your family to be safe, a good set of tires, Big Steve. What can you do?
Absolutely. And we've stocked up. We've got a huge supply of most of the common size tires. And if for some reason we don't have them, typically we can have it in 24 to 36 hours. So if you're headed out of town, let's make sure that we check that air conditioner for you. Let's make sure we check those brakes, check those tires. You may be due for a 20K or a 30K service, and we get that knocked out for you quick. We've got the express service up front. Most of the times you're in and out with an oil change in less than 20 minutes. And, you know, my son's up there, so if he does anything wrong, you better let me know.
Austin is a great American.
He's doing a great job. Right. Him and Chris, they're just having a great time up there. The surveys and the feedback that we're getting back is just unbelievable. And the change up there, great feedback. Everybody loves it, the change. High energy.
Absolutely.
Taking care of people's vehicles.
They're doing a great job.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, Chris has been up there. He came by. I don't know if you were there that day. Came by to see us. I think you were at a sale. You were running down. You were busy. Yeah, absolutely. So that's all tomorrow at the all-new Carlock Nissan in Jackson. Super Mom Saturday. That's exciting, isn't it, Bu?
Oh, man. It's going. I told you, I've never seen one place in this town that's going to cater to mom in so many different ways. You know what I mean? And then the payoff, that big $1,000 gift card that the shopping spree that somebody's going to win
$1,000
to Marilyn Jackson's Gifts is just, and want to make sure they know you'll be present to win that.
Absolutely.
And they're going to draw at 3 o'clock. So you got to be present to win that bad boy.
Yeah, you come by and test drive the vehicle of your choice, experience zero gravity seats, right? Maybe you've not done that. And what we've been talking about with the official call is what, Simi?
Cookie Monster Milkshake.
Is that a Cookie Monster?
That's the Cookie Monster. I told him to get us 2 straws.
I don't think I've ever seen a grin that big on his face.
Oh, man. Get ready.
He lit up, didn't he?
It's a surprise. I mean, you're paying for it, but it's still a surprise for you. Here you go, Big Daddy.
Got a test drive now, folks. Get mom registered for the big $1,000 shopping spree from Marilyn Jackson's Gifts and More. It's been a chance for you. Can you experience what did you say, the semi-autonomous?
We have ProPilot Assist, which is semi-autonomous driving assist. The vehicle will actually drive down the interstate for you. Just keep your hands in close proximity to the steering wheel. It'll maintain the speed. It'll maintain the lane. And anything that moves in front of you, it'll slow it down. It'll even bring it to a stop for you.
It's a great chance for you to test drive that on the Nissan Rogue tomorrow, right? Or today, whatever you want to test drive it.
Today's a great day.
Today's a great day. Every day is a great day, right?
Every day is a great
Perfect.
day to buy a Nissan.
Absolutely. So that's all happening tomorrow. And again, the Blacksmith Restaurant's going to be catering again. We're going to have the Forge Burger there. If you're going to forge your relationship with Mom, isn't that a great burger?
Man, that is, in my estimation, the best burger in this city. You know how I like to build my Forge Burger? I don't need to look down. I don't need to read anything. Me and the Forge Burger are well acquainted. First of all, it's going to come visit you on a brioche bun. That's the first thing you do. Now, that Forge Burger is not some thin patty that's round. It's a thick patty burger, so you're good to go right there. I cook mine medium because I think a well-done burger makes no sense in this world. But you do it however you want. Now, that Forge Burger, of course, it comes with the regular fixings, but you can get it done however you want when you're at the blacksmith. I don't think they're going to do it like that on the scene, but you can. Here's what I like to do. I like to get the smoked Gouda, okay, and then I like to get some candied bacon. Now, they won't tell me what they do with their candied bacon, how they make it, but it is absolutely game-changing. You get that, and then you can take one of those fried green tomatoes that they have, and you put that bad boy on there with the smoked Gouda and the candied bacon with a chimichurri sauce. Life-changing, dude. I'm telling you right now.
And that's all for Mom tomorrow with the all-new car like Nissan in Jackson. You know, going to make Mom feel special, as she should this Mother's Day weekend. So come by and see us. West Tennessee Healthcare time check. The time now is 10:36. When you're battling cancer or a stroke, you want the best by your side. West Tennesseans trust West Tennessee Healthcare because they offer our region's only certified cancer and stroke centers. West Tennessee Healthcare, the care you trust right here. Well, Chris, you just sent out, we're getting text for you asking if your thoughts, if you care to comment on what's happening in Nashville right now and Speaker Cassida. Have any comments? You've been following that?
I've certainly been following that. I've been on the phone a lot, talking to my freshman members primarily as freshman floor leader. I try to stay in touch with them. The first folks that I called were my caucus females, and I've talked to all of the three freshmen in our caucus, and they each had the same opinion. They have seen zero atmosphere that is indicated in some of the allegations and some of the smoke that we're seeing, and they have felt extremely comfortable in doing their jobs. They have not felt any harassment or pressure at all. Just a perfect work environment, and that's been my perspective, and I'm very sensitive to making sure of that. So I was really thrilled to hear that, and and they didn't really put much value or strength in the allegations that have been confirmed. There's a lot of things out there that folks are saying that don't really have anything to do with our tenure here, and that's what we have in our perspective is what we've seen in the last 6 months, and we've seen nothing but an excellent work environment, a lot of hardworking folks that are there for the right reasons. That's probably been one of the biggest encouragements I've had is the amount of folks that we have in our legislature that are there doing the job that Tennesseans would be proud of. And so that's where we are right now. I think there's a history with some individuals with our speaker that to me doesn't really have anything to do with this situation, and that is taking some precedent though in some folks' minds, and that's disappointing. Let's deal with the facts that we have before us, and look at the real world of what we have right here in front of us to talk about and to deal with.
Governor Bill Lee said yesterday that if House Speaker Glenn Casta were a member of his administration, he would ask him to resign. Were you surprised to hear that from the governor?
I was a little bit surprised, and he did follow up and said, this is something that the House has to deal with, that it's not something that he has in his purview, as we all would know. I think he was pressed to give a statement and did that, and that's fine. That's certainly what you would do if it was a business situation. That is a different dynamic than the people's house, and what that's going to mean in the future. If that decision is made based on the information we have at hand, that is going to that would be a game changer from this point forward, no matter who the speaker is in the future. And most of us realize that, and it weighs heavy on us trying to weigh this out and gather the facts. So that's where I am right now. I'm still talking to people, interviewing, discussing, making sure I have all the facts in order to make the right decision at the right time.
Certainly you don't want to make an emotional decision. You want to gather the facts, take your time with it. That's understandable. Our state representative, Chris Todd, joining us here at the Green Frog Coffee Company, courtesy of the all-new Carlock Nissan in Jackson. Christy, you know Glenn Cassidy. Most people don't know him. Do you think he's going to survive this?
I've gotten to know Glenn in the last 6 months or so, and certainly not around him every moment of the day by any means. But I have been very impressed with how he has run the House. It has been extremely efficient. Normally, the first year of a 2-year session, which we've been in, with a new governor, and all the as many freshmen as we have, it would have dragged on. I mean, if this had been 20 years ago, we'd still be in session for at least another month, and that's costing the taxpayers money every day that we're there. So the efficiency that we've had, and the lack of heavy-handedness that I think some people may have expected from the speaker just hasn't existed. We have been free. He has made many statements that, look, you guys have the same number of people electing you as I do. So you vote your district. You do what your district needs you to do. And we've had that freedom to do what's best for our districts. And I've been pleasantly surprised at that. If there's no additional damning evidence that comes out about this or other things about the speaker, I think he's okay. This doesn't rise. What facts we have do not rise to the level of ousting someone in this position, in my opinion, so far.
Chris, do you believe that some of these allegations that and some have been proven to be true, that Cassidy had bugs there and was bugging and was eavesdropping? You don't believe that?
No, not at all. There is absolutely no evidence. There's some allegations, but there's no evidence. Now, anybody that walks into Cordell Hall and walks into a public committee room and thinks that is a private setting is wrong. I mean, there's 3 cameras in every one of those rooms, at least 3, and they're on all the time. I don't know who's watching them. You never know. But you're in a public building with cameras, so you act like there are cameras on you. Microphones are rarely on, and they're not very sensitive. Every microphone in a committee room, you have to have it right up next to your mouth to talk. So to think that someone could even leave one of those on and overhear what's across the room is ludicrous. It doesn't work that way. So I think that's some trumped up things. Again, that's some of the smoke that's been created that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have any legs to it. There's no truth to it. Bugging offices, no, there's no way that's happening. It just doesn't happen. Now, do we have press members and others that will stand outside of a member's office and just listen? Yes, that does happen. So you just have to be aware of that. That's going to go on in a public building. But as far as eavesdropping and checking up on people like that, that's not happening.
You believe that was politically motivated, these allegations?
Completely.
Who would be behind it? Do you have any idea?
I certainly think the liberals, they can't get elected in most places in our state. And this is a tactic that they're going to jump on and further. I also think there are folks that have a history with the speaker that goes back many years, and they have a vendetta. And they're using this to try to further that, and that disappoints me. To me, that's not honorable to do that. Again, I'm trying to deal with the facts that we have before us that I know and I can verify, and I just don't see anything other than allegations. And again, what text messages have been confirmed and admitted to and apologized for, that's what the facts are that we have.
Is Glenn Cassidy said it was simply locker room talk, and he has said, I apologize for using that type of language. Is that good enough for you?
Well, he's definitely apologized for it. I don't make it as light as calling it locker room talk. It was definitely inappropriate. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't use that kind of language, wouldn't talk like that. Knowing the person that's releasing this, and I wish the press would actually further that. Where's this information coming from? It's a disgruntled employee that has a personal vendetta, and that's the only reason this is out there. And they're trying to. A lot of people pile onto that after the fact.
Do you think the Tennessean has been responsible with their reporting?
I think probably what's expected of them. I don't know, what percentage I would say is responsible, but it's not 100%. I will say.
Channel 5 in Nashville really got this.
Yeah, they got it started. I don't watch that channel. I haven't seen much of what they've been putting out individually. Just things that are referred to. That's all I've seen.
Chris Todd, our state representative, joining us here. It's the Green Frog Coffee Company. Chris, you have been so candid, and that's refreshing.
Thank
Since
you.
you take Chris Todd.
Appreciate
Great to
it,
see
Dave.
you, Chris.
Good to see you guys.
We're live at Green Frog Coffee Company with Big Steve and the all-new Carlock Nissan in Jackson. We'll be right back. Big Steve is looking at his watch. He's looking at the
He's looking at
bills.
that Cookie Monster milkshake. Is what he's looking at.
He's looking at the Cookie Monster milkshake. We'll be right back. Stay right there.